Right, today I want to talk about goals. Goals are important because it gives us something to aim for. It gives us a structure. Um, and if you want to achieve something in the game, um, having goals gives you something to aim for, something to aspire towards. It motivates you to want to improve and hit your targets as you try and reach those goals. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about timelines and goals and the different types of goals. So, we have short-term goals, which are 1 to 6 weeks, intermediate goals, which are 6 weeks to 6 months, and long-term goals, which are 6 months to 2 years. Now, we have 3 types of goal setting. We have process goals, performance goals, and outcome goals. Now, for the short-term and intermediate, generally that's process and performance goals, and the long-term goals tend to be your outcome. Now, an outcome goal might be winning the club championship, qualifying for a match play final, reducing your handicap. So it's good to have a long-term goal, but in order to get there, you need to have performance goals, but first of all, process goals. So Justin Thomas, when he won the FedEx Cup and won his major championship, at the start of the season, he sat down, he reviewed his year before, and he set himself targets for what he wanted to achieve that year. So his targets were mainly focused around his performance goals that he had. So he wanted to improve his key statistics for him, which he felt were not living up to what his expectations were. So there's things called strokes gained on the PGA Tour, and he wanted to improve certain aspects of that. Let's say, for example, he wanted to be better from 12 to 15 foot. He wanted to improve his proximity with his wedges, his driving accuracy. So he set those goals out, and he used process goals to start with to achieve that. So he would have practice routines that he would go through. He would look at his stats from tournaments to see that they were helping him improve, and that's the performance aspect of it. So process goals help you work towards better performance. Better performance will hopefully get you to your ultimate goal, which for him was he won a major that year in the FedEx Cup. So what I'd say to you is take this time that we're in lockdown to think about what you want to achieve in your golf game. I've done it. I've written mine down. I've got short-term goals here, which are whilst we're in this lockdown period, things that I want to improve on: stroke mechanics, short game mechanics, and some swing fixes as well. They're my process goals. Now I've also got a performance goal in there as well. I want to increase my club head speed, and I've got an ultimate goal here of trying to get to 114 miles an hour. So in February I started thinking about this, and my club head speed was 104.5. So my process thinking is I do speed training, I do physical exercises, and I've been looking at my technique to try and help me do that. So last week my swing speed's at 108.3 now. So my short-term goal for the next couple of weeks is to try and move that by another half a mile an hour to a mile an hour in club head speed, and just keep running through the processes to improve that performance, which I'm tracking on a spreadsheet, and I've got my TrackMan at home with me to check that I can increase those speeds. So that's process into performance with an outcome of trying to get to that 114. And ultimately the reason I'm doing that is because if I can keep hitting it as straight as I do and I increase my club speed, I feel I can win more. So really take this time to have a think about what you want out of your golf game, and set yourself achievable goals. So if you play F20, trying to get down to scratch in a year's time is not achievable. But if you play F20 and say by this time next year you want to be in a position where you're off, say 12 to a 14 handicap, now there's no reason why that's not achievable. If you need some help with it, I'm more than happy if you want to email me, and we can look through them, and then maybe when we come out of this lockdown period we can build a plan for you to help you achieve that. We can set you process goals to get to your ultimate goal of where you want to be. But as I say, it's a great time to think about this. It's a great way of keeping yourself motivated, and hopefully when we come out of this lockdown, you'll be in a position to be very positive moving forward and hopefully improve your golf.